All right, moving on to the second page. This is also located on the website. 3/4 basic rhythms. So here we go. Now the first thing you're going to notice, you have something we haven't seen yet. Most of you know how this works. The dot added to a note. What does a dot do to a note? The definition of a dot added to a note. A dot adds half of the value of the note it is attached to back to the note. So in a case of a half note is two beats. A dot is 1/2 of the 2, and then the total value of that note will be 3. Okay? Now the dot value is variable depending on which note it's attached to. In this case, the dot is 1. So let's go on. Here we go. Counting rhythms. Now in this particular measure in 3/4, you have to find 6 different things. 6 different things. Eventually there will be more when we start adding 16th notes and triplets and things like that. But right now, basic rhythms, quarter notes, half notes, dotted half notes, eighth notes. Real simple. You have to find in every measure in this order. 1 and 2 and 3 and. So 2 more additional things compared to the 2/4. Okay, so going on, here we go. This measure is 1. Now you could go in and write and 2 and 3 and. I suggest you do that for now. Evenly spaced, maybe do it better than I just did. Here we go to the next one. 1 and 2 and. It's really hard to write with this little thing, stylus thing. 1 and 2 and. The 3 falls directly underneath the quarter note in the measure. 1 and 2 and 3 and. Okay, real simple. This measure is like the first measure. 1 and 2 and 3 and. Pretty straightforward. Going on. 1, 2, 3 with the ands in the middle here. All right. 1 and 2 and 3 and. 1, 2 and 3. Okay, my handwriting is getting worse. 2. Oh, it's terrible. That's a 2. That's a 2. Okay. All right, so you get the idea. Going on, measure number 9. 1. Not working currently. 2 and 3 and. 1, 2 and 3 and. 1 and 2, 3. Okay, I'm going to probably forego the ands. It's getting pretty tight area here. 1 and 2 and 3. And the and would be after. Okay. All right, going on to the next section here. I'm running out of room to write. I got to move this recording device out the way. 1. This is 1 and 2. 3 and. 1, 2 and 3. And then the and after that note, obviously. 1 and 2 and 3 and. Hopefully you already did all these sheets and you got your answers are very similar or perfect. 2, 3. That is the first 4 on the 3/4 page. All right, the next 3 on the 3/4 page. Here's the next measure, measure 17. Here we go, starting with the first measure, all eighth notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and. Next measure, 1, 2, 3 and. You see, I'm starting to drop stuff that we don't play. I'm just writing the stuff that we actually play. 1 and 2 and 3 and in that measure. 1 and 2 and 3 and. Okay, it's like understood is there. Next measure has some rest. The first rest we have seen, quarter rest. So here's 1. Here's 3. Here's 1, 2. The rest is 3. Rest on 1, 2, 3. Note on 1. Rest, rest. Okay, for the next ones, here we go. 1. Oh, that is no. Forget that. I'm gonna erase that. Okay. Here we go. 1. Having trouble. 2, 3. It's a rest. It's a rest. Rest on 1, 2. Rest on 3. Rest, rest. 3, 1, 2. Those can be tricky too, because you have to learn to count the rest and give the rest the value it's also deserved. This is the same as as your actual note, except silence. Okay, that concludes the 3/4 section. Going on to 4/4 time. Okay, now we're looking at 4/4 time. Like I said before, in 4/4, you have to now find 8 different things in the measure. You're going to find the count 1, the and of 1, 2, and of 2, 3, and of 3, 4, and the and of 4, and the basic rhythms that we're doing. So here we go. First measure, you have a whole note. A whole note gets 4 counts. You play on count 1 and you sustain through the whole measure. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and it's all there. Half notes, 1, 3. Count 2 is here. Count 4 is in there. Okay, the little red dot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 3. You should be getting the hang of this. It should be getting easier and making sense. Really basic. Now we're going to get more advanced really fast, so hold on. All right, next one. Second line. 1. Well, let me change pens. 1, kind of. 3, 4. 1, 2. 3's in there. 4, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sustain the whole measure. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and nothing's really changed. Okay, just like 2/4, 3/4. This one just has more beats in it. 1, 2 and yeah, right there. 3, 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4. All right. Take the moment and let that soak in. Going on to the next one. Okay, doing great. Let's continue on and finish up this page, 4/4 basic rhythms, starting with measure number 13. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, with the ands coming in between the notes. 1, 2 and 3. What is that? 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and. All right, the last measure. Think about it yourself before I tell you the answer. Here's the answer. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Next line. 1, 2 and 3 and 4. Oh gosh, it's terrible. And you get the idea. 1 and 2, 3, 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and. And the last measure. Don't forget the and comes right there in the center. All right, next one. 1, 2, 3, 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3. I tell you what, I'm gonna get on Amazon and I'm gonna order a stylus. This is gonna get better. 1 and 2 and. Don't forget a half note's 2 beats. 3 and 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and. 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and. What's this beat? 3. What's this one? 4. Okay. Now don't think this. Many of you could probably do this. Probably like, oh, it's so easy. This sets the groundwork for the more complicated rhythms that'll be coming next week. Okay, on the next video I'll do for you. So it's really important you understand the concepts here on how this applies, and then we'll get into more advanced rhythms, which a lot of you really need help. This is something we talked about at the beginning of the year. We got to learn how to count rhythms. And then this will make you a lifelong musician. So stay in there with me, and we're gonna get this done together. All right. I'll see you next week with the next video.